right, for today's video, I thought we'd take a look at one of G&G's latest products, the GTP9. This is a gas blowback pistol that I had seen some of the literature on it, but we were pretty happy with our handgun supplier up to this point. G&G was good enough to supply us with one of these a couple of months ago. We had a giveaway at one of our, I believe it was our Labor Day cookout that we had. So we had G&G and a number of other manufacturers sent us products to give away, and they sent us a GTP9, which I got a chance to get a good look at it, and I was so impressed with it that I decided that we're going to start carrying this as a regular product here at Replay Airsoft. First of all, just aesthetically, it's very reminiscent of a couple of different guns. It draws on a couple of influences. First of all, the overall shape and ergonomics to me is very Walther PPQ-ish as far as like the design of the trigger guard and just the overall geometry of the gun. It does draw on Glock for some of its influences. First of all, it has the Glock style trigger safety on it, and it has a Glock style takedown on it, which is a little different from Glock, but the general idea is somewhere between the Walther and the Glock takedown system. It also is somewhat influenced by the HK, like the USP series guns, in that it uses a European style, a lot of people call them European style mag releases. So rather than a button, it's more of a paddle that you press down. And it's got some things that are fairly unique to this particular gun. One thing is the fact that it's actually got a separate cross bolt safety, which is not something that you see as a regular kind of feature. Usually it's like a thumb safety or something like that. They add a separate cross bolt safety, which is unusual for handguns, to say the least. Might be a little confusing offhand for a lot of people because it could easily be confused with the mag release, because it looks like, you know, it's in a similar location to where a mag release would normally be in. But once you're over that, I think there's a lot of other great features on this. It draws some of the features of the PPQ in that a lot of the Walther guns come with separate back straps that you can adjust the size of the grip. The GTP9 also does that, so they send an extra back strap, which if you got larger hands, it fits your hands better, so you get a little bit of customization for that. The gun itself is all polymer. It's not a all metal gun, although there's a lot of metal in it, and it's fairly heavy. As far as the weight of it compared to an all metal gun or a gun with like a metal slide, it's almost exactly the same weight, so it doesn't feel like a clunky polymer gun. The sights are a Novak style, although the sight markings are unique for this particular gun. It gives you like a inverted T with some, like, they basically look like dashes inside of the rear sights. We'll get some close-ups of that so you can take a look at it. So it's a fairly unique sight system, and it's also got the shape of the sight. It's got a cutout in the bottom of it so you can actually see beneath the sight. So it's a unique sighting system, and it may take some adjustment for some shooters. Like the PPQ, it has an ambidextrous slide catch on it. So whether you're right-handed or left-handed, your slide catches are on both sides of the gun. It's got knurling on the front strap of the grip, and it's got a very flat front on the trigger guard. So for doing a standard two-handed grip, it's very comfortable to bring onto target. They've somewhat skeletonized the slide, I guess, to save some weight, and I guess also for, you know, just for aesthetic purposes, which gives it a nice look. And with the different colored barrel in there, it gives you a little bit of contrast in it. There are serrations on the rear as well as the front of the slide, so it's very easy to rack from either side. And compared to some pistols where you have to buy separately a threaded barrel, the G&G comes with a 12 millimeter threaded barrel as part of the package, which is a great feature if you're buying the G&G tracer unit, like the Battle Owl. These don't need any kind of adapter. These will just simply thread right onto the gun, and you can use them without any additional adapters, and it's actually designed specifically for this gun, so it works out very well for you. It has some fairly unique new features where a lot of people that shoot gas guns, especially green gas guns, notice that the gun tends to start freezing up if you're firing rapid fire. G&G has added a swirl system inside of the cylinder, which allows the gas to circulate somewhat and in theory will help reduce any kind of frosting so that the gun will be able to stay in service longer without having to be, heated back up. Takedown of it's very simple. It's very Glock styled. So to take the gun down, there's two levers. You simply pull them down, release the slide. It's got a captured recoil spring, and then you have your barrel unit just comes out of the gun this way. Very simple to take down. The barrel itself has got a recoil spring built into it, so it's a somewhat unique system, which in one respect may be a bit of a problem for some people in that you can only get the parts from G&G, so you can't buy like Tokyo Marui or Marushan or whatever parts to replace it. You have to buy G&G parts, but that's also an upside because in my experience with G&G, we've always been able to get replacement parts at will. So it's not like it's a major problem to get any kind of replacement parts. So that one downside or upside, depending on how you look at it, that's really the only thing that I can see that may be a concern to some people. But I honestly, let me reassure you, with my experience with G&G, I don't think you'll ever have a problem getting a replacement part. Like I said, it's a brand new product, so I don't have a lot of experience with using the gun aside from a couple of instances just taking it out into the arena and getting some shots off on it. So if you stay tuned to the channel, probably in a year or so, we'll give you an update as to how the gun works out. But if it's anything like the other products that G&G sells, it's hopefully going to be a winner. So for the price, you get a lot of features that normally you would have to pay extra for on other guns, like the threaded barrel, and you get some more advanced features like the swirl cylinder. So I think for the price, it's definitely worth a look. So check them out. We do have them here in the showroom. You can take it out on the field and take a couple shots at some targets and see if you like it. Or check it out online on our website at replayairsoft.com. So till the next time, don't let the bastards get you down.